Okay. So I'll just call out some people to tell us what are their written goals, and let's see if the is a component. What is their big goal in any area, and let's see if it's a component of what they plan to do this week. Meaning, you should have a goal for the year. Now, I want to know that your goal for the year, does it have a component of it in your plan for this week? So let me start with my very good friend, Hawa. How are you here?
I'm here. Good morning.
Sorry, you know why I'm calling you out, right?
I know. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Like I said, I have a planner. So for the week, my goal for my business is to increase my revenue. And we actually have a figure at the beginning of the year. But after the gbasgbos of the election, I trimmed it down to a lesser figure.
Okay.
And decided the best we want to achieve is to stay afloat. So my week, for this week, I am focusing on restocking a particular account and to increase. They have a chain. Okay, I produce packaged food. So they have a chain of stores. So I want to get into more stores this week. That is, I'm focusing on a customer pillar. That is the sales on Tuesday and Wednesday from 10:30 to 2 o'clock for those 2 days. That's as per sales. That's my business. And as per my family, my relationship with my children, this year I want them to learn the part of investing. They don't believe that we've discussed it. They don't believe that they can make money in Nigerian stock market. But since we started, one of them, the portfolio has been doing good. So this week, the lady, my daughter will be opening her own. That's as per my family. Then for my health, because of my marketing, I'm a Muslim. Am I on track? Am I on track?
Yeah, you're on track. But let me point out. Yes, let me point out something before you continue, please, Hawa.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, please, everybody listen to what she said. That her children, and basically is one of the key points that the last book we read, Richest Man in Babylon. Not only her, but her children have also started investments in stocks and other investment vehicles. Don't just wait till you get 100 million before you start something. I explained in the last session we had, somebody was saying that he can't see himself bringing out, that it will be difficult for him to be pulling out 20,000 per week from his business. I said, okay, let's do a little calculation, which I also want to do today. I said, can you comfortably take out 2,000 or 5,000 from your business every day without noticing it? He said, yes, 5,000, 2,000, yes, he can. I said, do you realize that if you do it daily for 6 days of the week that your business runs, that you actually have 30,000 per week? If you do it in a month, you actually have 120,000 that can just go out of business without you even noticing it. I said, why? He didn't realize that. So sometimes you might be looking at, how can I take out 120,000 from my business every week, every month? That it might be big. But 2,000, just little things. You can tell your accountant or even set up your, like what my wife did for our children was that she set it up that between 30th and 31st, you can do it with your banker. The system automatically deducts the amount that we program for the children and sends it into the children's account. So that it's not even something that you do consciously. Once that day you set hits, your banks just does the transfer from this account to the next account. How you even know that it happens that you just get the debit alert. So it's not something that you now plan, go to the bank and start. So you can just decide, 2,000, my bank, every day take 2,000 move. And before you know it, you have some very good distance. So
okay. So there are three sections, part of my life cycle that I concentrate on, which is family and friends. Family and friends, I've told you already, that's this week is my daughter. Business, I've also told you already.
Okay.
Wellness is me trying to maintain certain weight, and to also
let's yes. We only have 15 more minutes.
Okay, all right, Toshikena.
Let's take others so that
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's take because we have few time, anybody can jump in and say I want to speak next or indicate next so that I can call you. So who wants to speak next? Adele Kedayo, are you here with us? So we have just less than 15 minutes.
Good morning, this is Shano.
Okay, Shano, how are you doing?
Good morning, sir. Okay, so last week, last week, I decided to open a portfolio and get everybody, all my clients, addresses, names, and all that. Because from one of the books we read, the man was able to call his clients by name. And usually, sometimes when people come, all I do is smile at them. They know, they know me. I don't know them. So when they come and like, do you remember me? Definitely I will smile. I'm like, I do, but I just don't remember your name. Yeah. So this week I'm still going to go on with getting a portfolio for each person, and I'm going to make a conscious effort to call everybody by name, ask about their children by name, even ask about their pets if it's necessary.
Wow.
So that is my goal this week, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Shano, let me share an important story with you, which everybody has to learn about names. When I was in the university, I used to tell myself that I could hardly remember people's name. So when I was in the university, I wanted to run for the director of Transport Students Union. And I read a book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. And it says that what makes politicians very wonderful is that they learn how to remember people's name. Ask the person your name, just when they tell me, I'll just keep reciting it. This is Emeka, he has brown hair, Emeka has this thing. So because I repeat it over and over, I just realized during the campaign, when I was going out with my people, I'll say this, still this way, Neka, how are you doing? Okay, how's your leg now? Sule, how was the market yesterday? The guy that was with me said, do you mean these people that are calling all of them, you actually know them and you know their name? Or you are just, I said, didn't they respond when I called them? And because we, sometimes we can tell ourselves that we're not good at remembering people's name because we're not taking it out as priority.
Okay.
When we see it as priority, we can actually just write it down, try to associate it with something. Let's say Adekunle, the guy with the red hair. So that when you see the person, you actually have, or when you're calling the person, you have something that will make you remember the person.
Yes. Yeah, so Adekunle I remember
with, big shoe. Obi with bushy hair. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, in my children's school, in their primary school, I noticed that the cleaner that stays at the gate knows the name of all the children. As they're coming in, she's calling their names. How was your weekend? Wow. How are you doing? And I'm wondering, there are more than 80 children, and she knows all their names. She knows them by sight. So that is my goal this week. I have to know their names and be able to communicate. So that's my goal.
Then also get your children, get your staff to start to practice it. Don't just do it alone. Get everybody in your system, because you don't want it to just be around you. At the end of the day, you can form it as an exercise. Who can remember this person and this? The person who records the highest number of people, you get the person a cupcake or ice cream. Just form it as a playful competition, so that everybody knows that yes, people are playing with it, but there's a reason for playing with it. Does that make sense?
It does, sir. Thank you.
I hope you... Okay. Who else? Who want to volunteer? We have less than 10 minutes to go. Any other person?
Counselor,
are you here with us?
I'll tell you. I'll go quickly.
Eric.
I'm trying to make a small savings investment in line with the book, Richest Man in Babylon. So I'm gonna buy some shares. I was just doing it while you were talking. There's one of your things, like I have a big contract I'm trying to get done, and I set it as the goal every week, but it's a big organization, and they have lawyers, and they take a week to respond, and then they send me stuff, I turn it around immediately, and then it's a little frustrating because I'll set it as a goal and I do my part, but it's a little bit out of my control. I don't want to annoy them and nag them every day. So I kind of, just to say, I don't know, just putting that out there, that I set it as a goal, but I do understand that it's slightly not like something I control whether it's done or not. I'm trying to work on my upskilling myself. I don't know if that was in one of the books or one of the things that, so I'm plugging away at trying to get a data analyst certificate. So I know how to program, and I know how to understand how to work with large data sets in Python, and which is a very new thing for me because I have never done that type of thing in my background before. So I try to do 30 minutes a day of this course that I have been learning about on data analysis. So that's and then I'm applying for a thing, kind of a job or a consulting contract. So I have to work on that today. But I actually have to say, I'm not good. And I'm going to say something my own, and you can tell me I don't have the big picture goal. But I am trying to do the smaller things that you're saying. So I'm trying to do the savings, I'm trying to do the upskilling, but I do realize I don't have the big picture goal, that I don't know how this all comes together, but so I maybe it'll come to me. But then I have to say another thing. You talked about Joseph, right? Joseph didn't sit there and plan out his 40 steps about how he was going to become the Pharaoh of Egypt or in charge of the food supply. I mean, there was a mysterious kind of aspect to how all the pieces fell in place, right? So how would what would the wise counselor say to Joseph? And Joseph saying, look, I got this dream. I'm going to be I'm going to be a ruler in Egypt. And you're going to say to him, what goals did you achieve this week? And he said, I didn't achieve anything. I got thrown in prison. Nothing's going right. What does the counselor say to Joseph? Right? He's not achieving goals. He's going backwards.
Yeah, so that is the area I was saying about. Sometimes you might set something as a goal, but you now sit back and look at it and say, you know what? Based on what are happening around me, I think working with somebody else or putting somebody in another position would actually make me achieve this better. Now, for one thing with so for him, he was more of an administrator. So that area of administration, because you have a big goal. Yeah, because when he got to the Potiphar's house, the army general house, he was put in charge. When he got to the prison, he was put in charge. Even under the Pharaoh, was put in charge. So the key thing is also about whatever you are doing, give it your best. so that you don't, not that you are you're grooming yourself in the area of administration, you're also learning how to farm, you're also learning how to bake, you have your talent scattered. Now, also for one of the things I also advise Eric is that, especially in your own industry, I think you might also need to reach out to some mentors. Reach out to some of your, I know in your industry you can easily get somebody in that space. Reach out to some mentors and just discuss something with them. Like if you watch that of Robert Smith, you notice that it was his mentors that basically changed the career path of his life. So at this stage, you might also need to reach out to some of your mentors and just look at some people who are actually doing what you feel like this is what you want to achieve. Then also the book for this week, which is wonderful reason why I picked the book for this week, The Cash Flow Quadrant. It will help a lot of us in clarifying, are we following the right direction? Are we just going off track? So when we finish the book, I believe some of these your questions will be answered, Eric.
Okay, thank you.
I hope that helps.
Yeah, thanks, Counselor.
Okay, so we'll take one more person before we go off. Who anybody's coming up? No, Gertrude Basharon, I think you joined us recently. I've not seen you before, so let's take you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much. Yeah, this is actually my first, I just joined the group, I think 2 days ago. And this is my first strategy session.
Okay.
So I'm just observing to get a feel of what goes on here, so that I'll know how to flow.
Okay.
I don't really have much to say because I didn't know what I was coming to do here. And then again, we've actually been in, I don't know what to call it. We've been trying to resettle in a new location, and so we are not actually functional at the moment. We are like just should I say skeletal operations. We are food processors. We are into the packaged food industry, and we had our factory demolished, so we've been working on getting another factory, which we have done. So we are trying to put it in place, because we need to get the regulatory authorities to inspect it and all of that. So we already had that we were dealing with, and then with all that going on in the country, I just want to say that for me, I'm using this time as a time for re-strategizing, reorganizing, trying to see how we can work better when we do.
Okay, but how many staff currently, and as you are
like I said,
how many staff do you have
currently? Because of what happened, we couldn't keep any staff. So what we just do right now, we just have a few ad hoc staff that we call upon. We do maybe little production, just basically because we couldn't even keep up with our the places we were supplying and all of that because of what happened, so we are not really so for me, this is a strategy session, so I think it will help me in what I'm trying to do. We are
see what our advice are. This reorganization search period should be a time for intense online and offline training for you and for the remaining team members. This is also the time now for you to also start to put down a business plan or a marketing plan for the business when it comes back on stream.
Okay.
So one of the key goals, our advice you set for this month is, before the end of this month, you already have a key marketing plan for the business. That before the end of this month, you start at least online, use it as, and because what will happen in such situation for most people is that because you feel that you are in a transition phase, you won't realize how much time you are wasting on a daily basis. And to ensure that doesn't happen, you must work as if the business is still fully functional. What I mean is that start now to engage in intense reading, intense training, and also do a review of what are some of the roles you played, or what are some of the, look at scenario planning. What lessons did you learn from what happened to the last one that you can avoid? We're almost done. So like what I was just saying, Gertrude, just make sure that, because there will always be this tendency for you to just move into a relaxed mode, waiting for things to happen. You need to avoid that. You need to ensure that if you've been going to office before by 8 a.m., still continue that trend, because you don't want to build into some laziness habits. Line up the things, fill up your days with active things towards developing the news business when it comes online. I hope that helps. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened to my internet. I had to switch to another one. So with this, I hope it would help us a lot, and let's see how it goes from there.
Counselor, can I thank you for putting together this call this morning and thinking about everything you were going to say and thinking about what would be helpful and organizing everything. And I know you have lots of other things you got to deal with, your own stuff, and it's very nice and helpful and cool that you did this this week. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much, Eric. Okay, see everybody. Let's have a great day and great week.
Thank
you
so much.
very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye.